friend Dana and I have been working at this project for almost a year now and still have a long way to go, but we are going into the historic districts in Ocala. And there's really 4 different historic districts in Ocala. And we sometimes paint outside, but lots of times there's no room on the sidewalk. But we're doing it with the goal of eventually having a show. And we're not sure where that's going to be or exactly even a time framework, but we're working very seriously toward it. We paint together every week for 3 months. And so we get a lot of work done. And right now we're focusing on exteriors, gardens, porch scenes, sculpture gardens. We hope to get inside a lot of the homes as well. And we've already started that with just one of my friends who owns a historic home has allowed us in to paint her interiors a number of times. And that to me is very exciting. There's something so personal about painting the interiors, and especially somebody who has collections and antiques. It's just a wonderful thing to do. I love it. So that's our next goal, is to get inside some of these houses and paint them, and then eventually, hopefully within the year, have a show. And the venue for that has yet to be chosen. I used to have a website, but I found it really unsatisfactory because there was no way that the web host challenged viewers to my site. And so unless somebody just Googled my name, it wasn't getting that much viewership. With social media, it tends to build upon itself because your friends and friends of friends and friends of friends will like and share and that kind of thing. So I find it much more satisfactory. I haven't sold a great deal of work on social media, but I do sell things occasionally. And when you have a show coming up, it's a good way to get people to come to the show. And then they are obviously potential buyers. So social media is something we're definitely doing and something that we'll be expanding on more in the future. Advice for artists today. I think my main thing would be that don't worry too much about selling your work right off. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to, take a couple classes and start selling my art. And it's just not quite that easy. I mean, I've been painting for over 60 years, and I feel like I'm still learning. The most important thing is being patient, doing it because you love it, and just learning something new with every painting that you make. I had a young woman come to me and say, would you teach me some watercolor classes? I can spare, she had a young family. She said, I can spare 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon. And my response to that would be, don't frustrate yourself. 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon, it's not enough. You need hours and hours to devote to it, or you're just going to frustrate yourself. So wait until you can devote the time to it. And then just keep learning. I was painting the other day, and I was very frustrated with the way I was painting the hedge. And I scratched it all out and did it over. And I figured that what it was too razor sharp and it wasn't working in the painting. And so I messed it up a little, and then it worked. Then once I've done that once, then I know how to do it in the future. But it's like, I'm 75 years old and I'm still figuring these things out. So don't rush yourself too much. Take your time. Do it because you love it, and then see where it goes. And maybe you can make a career out of it, and maybe you can support yourself and your family. It's a difficult thing to do, but people do it. Have I achieved the goals of painting the historic homes and using social media to get the word out there? I'm on my way to achieving them. We're in the middle of this project, so it's certainly not fully achieved, but I am where we want to be at this point, in the middle of a really interesting and challenging project. So I think we're exactly where we want to be at this point, and just need to keep moving forward, doing more paintings, getting into more homes, and getting the word out there on social media.